The European Union, EU, has started taking action to impose penalties on members of the military junta in Niger, 3 months after they took control in a coup. The EU Council announced on Monday that it had taken action to establish a framework that would give it the authority to impose penalties on people and organizations found to be responsible for actions that endanger the peace, stability, and security of Niger. The Council made it clear that those who challenge the rule of law, democracy, or the constitutional order in Niger will be the subject of these measures. People who violate or abuse human rights will also be subjected to penalties. The range of sanctions will encompass travel bans, asset freezes, and restrictions on providing funds to those who are sanctioned. Josep Borrell, the head of the European Union's foreign policy, underscored the European Union's support for ECOWAS's efforts in West Africa and made it plain that military coups have a price. The European Union's decision comes in the wake of sanctions already imposed on Niger by ECOWAS and the suspension of aid by the United States government. Bear in mind that Niger's ousted president Mohamed Bazoum is still being held in a secret location by the junta. These sanctions may have been implemented to release Bazoum. Bazoum has been in detention since a July 26 coup, and there have been international calls for him to be released. Like elected presidents in neighboring Mali and Burkina Faso, Bazoum was pushed out in part because of mounting insecurity caused by an Islamist insurgency that has killed thousands in the region and which the military said it would be able to contain better than a civilian government. The junta said Bazoum and his family, with the help of accomplices in the security forces, had planned to drive a vehicle to the outskirts of the capital Niamey and catch a helicopter ride to neighboring Nigeria. Bazoum's attorneys, however, denied these allegations, claiming that the junta had simply made up these stories. The lawyers said in the statement that Bazoum and his family had no access to lawyers or the outside world. The lawyers demanded that the junta show proof that the president, wife, and son were alive. Mohamed Bazoum's unclear condition has drawn the grave concern of French President Emmanuel Macron, who has asked for his immediate release, as well as that of his wife and son. Bazoum has resisted offering his resignation. He appealed to the West African courts on September 18 for his release and the reinstatement of the Nigerian constitution. The sanctions of the EU are likely to have a significant impact on the Niger government. The EU is a major donor to Niger, and the suspension of aid will make it more difficult for the government to provide essential services to its people. The travel ban and asset freeze will also make it more difficult for the junta to conduct business and attract foreign investment. The fate of ousted President Bazoum is not certain. He is currently being held in detention by the junta. The junta has not said what its plans are for him, but it is possible that he could be put on trial or forced into exile. It is really difficult to predict what will happen in the next few days in Niger, but the EU's sanctions are a strong signal that the international community is not willing to accept the overthrow of the democratically elected government. However, it remains to be seen whether the sanctions will be enough to force the junta to change its course. Do you think the junta will comply with these sanctions? Let us know what you think in the comments. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel. Turn on notifications too so you get notified whenever we upload videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.